Listen up. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast belong solely to the podcast participants, and not to any participant's employer, organization, committee, or other group or individual. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. You know, for fun. So lighten up and enjoy. Hello, Stomping Jen.
Oh, hi.
Hello, listeners.
Oh, hi.
I am Sawtooth, the host of the Soft Serve podcast. Welcome. And we're doing our 2023 to 2024 holiday special. Can you believe it?
Spectacular?
There's no spectacular. There's nothing spectacular.
We don't do any spectaculars
No,
anymore.
this is not spectacular. In fact,
it's just boring.
What's the opposite of spectacular?
Boring.
Whatever that is. This is the 2023 to 2024 holiday boring special. What do you think about that?
That doesn't sound like fun.
Well, I have believe it or not, actually, a long list of things to talk to you about.
Oh, great.
Related to the holidays, what we've been up to, that sort of thing, okay?
What have we been up to?
So, well, we'll talk about it once we get into the show, okay? This is just the intro. We don't talk about the actual stuff in the intro, or else it's...
What happens in the intro stays in the intro?
Right, what happens in the show stays in the show.
What happens in the intro? What happens to that?
You want to come over here and do something? No?
No.
All right, well... I tried. All right, well, let's get on with it, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
We're recording this on Christmas Day. It's 8:30 p.m. It's getting...
Christmas night.
As the British say, it's getting on in the day. Why do anytime I try to do an accent, it turns out Australian? It doesn't matter what I'm trying to do.
All right, let's get a move on.
All right, okay, here we go.
The Soft Serve Podcast.
Creamy, delicious ideas without the creepy truck. Well, Stomping Jen.
Yes?
This could be it. This could be the very last podcast we ever do.
The last one.
Yeah. I mean, the last year was not a great year for the podcast.
We did a few.
A couple, but I think I said this before in a previous episode. I love not doing the podcast.
You have a love-hate relationship with the podcast.
No, I don't hate it. I just love being lazy and not doing anything. As I've tried to explain to people, doing this podcast is like a second job. Mm-hmm. And now that I've sort of fallen into now that we have fallen into the habit of not doing it, I just am feeling very lazy. So now what do I do?
I don't know.
All right, well, we're not here to hear me complain about the podcast.
That's right. We're not nobody.
Right.
Nobody wants to hear that.
Nobody cares about that.
If they're tuning in, you've already engaged them and they want to hear what we have to say. So telling them that you don't want to do it anymore is probably not a great idea.
You think?
Probably not.
All right. Well, this is the 2023 to 2024 holiday special, right? So there'll be a theme that runs through this episode. We're going to talk about holiday-related things. Christmas.
Ooh, holiday.
Yeah, Christmas, New Year's, that sort of thing, okay? Mm-hmm. That will be the topic of the day. But I did want to start out with a couple of things.
Great.
Right, just to check in.
So glad you came prepared.
Yep, just to check in with our listeners. There's no end to the hiatus in sight. We will publish episodes whenever I successfully badger you into doing one. And Why are you staring at me that way?
I have nothing to say.
Well, I feel like all I do is badger you.
Hey, Jen, you want to do a podcast? Sure. You want to do a podcast? I'm up for it. Okay. All day goes by. All day goes by. No mention of podcast. Oh, well, I guess we're not doing a podcast, Jen.
Well, I'm just saying, it feels like I have to drag you
You
kicking.
didn't even ask me.
I asked you 3 times. We went over this. We don't have to argue about this right now, but
People tune in just to hear us argue.
they do.
They love it.
Okay. Well, I did ask you 3 times, and
I never said no.
I was not successful in convincing you.
Did I say no once?
You don't have to say no to let me know you don't want to do something.
I don't understand what that means.
You can send other types of signals.
Like what?
All sorts of signals.
Like what?
Just like when I mentioned to you in the morning, hey, I want to do a podcast, and you don't say anything to me. Like in my mind, you'll be like, oh, hey, remember this morning you mentioned you wanted to do a podcast? Well, you know what? I think I'm in the mood to do a podcast. I want you to initiate.
You're asking me to engage in podcast foreplay?
Yeah, that would be nice.
No.
I want a little podcast foreplay.
No.
Why?
No. If you want to do it, just ask me.
Why?
And then we'll do it.
Why am I the one who has to initiate the podcasting?
You know why.
Why?
It's your project.
Can we have a signal? You know, like, can you have a special signal you give me when you're ready
leave a sock on the doorknob.
Yeah, like when you're ready to podcast, you wear like maybe a robe of a certain kind, or
robe.
Yeah, or a certain
As
T-shirt.
if I own any robes.
Yeah, or a certain T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do me a favor. Put the mic right in front of you. Pull the mic down. You don't have to move your head. Just move the mic so it's in front of your mouth. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm going to task you with that. I'm going to ask you.
We should do soft serve podcast bingo.
What's bingo?
How many times Sawtooth asked me to move the microphone?
It's just annoying me that after 200 episodes, you still can't figure it out. Like you think the microphone against your nose is the right place for it, as though you speak out of your nose. All right. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just saying it would be nice if you initiated once in a while. That's all.
Hey, baby.
Leave me walking around with a swollen feeling of wanting to podcast.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
You just better be careful. I'm going to go out and find another podcast host.
Good luck.
Somebody who wants to podcast with me.
Good luck.
Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I mean, could you imagine what happens if I do, sneak out and find a new podcast host, and that dialogic intercourse is just so incredible that I go off and I end this podcast and I start a new podcast.
Okay.
You're okay with that?
You're going to cheat on me with another person?
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
I don't know what we're talking about. All right, what's your list? You got a list.
The metaphor has sort of confused me now.
All
I feel like you're ready to leave me in real life.
Okay.
All right.
What do you got on there?
Okay. What do I have on here? Just a quick update on some stuff we've been up to. Let's see. There's not actually been a lot. I actually looked at our calendar since the last episode we did back in November. And we've been, all of our free time until recently has been taken up with our son Ted's play that he did. Like it's been consuming all of our free time.
We did the hot chocolate run, and then there was the play.
Well, tell them, what's the hot chocolate run? People don't know what that is. What is it?
It's just a race the kids ran in as a fundraiser for the National Honor Society. I mean, the fundraiser was for Safe Passage, which is a organization that raises money for helping to serve folks who are victims of domestic abuse.
Where is Safe Passage located?
Northampton.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to, a couple of things. If you're just starting to listen to this and you're getting bored listening to Stomping Jen talk about the hot chocolate run, some things we are going to be talking about here. I've been doing some research and I've come up with a list of reasons why I believe the Christmas story is actually caused by human alien contact. Okay?
What are you previewing?
I'm previewing, just so people know what's coming up in this episode. I'm going to review the resolutions I made last year and give an update on those. Then I'm going to talk about resolutions for the coming year. Okay? Those are the big focuses of this show. Those two things, okay? That's why it's the holiday
special. Those are
special.
3 things you just said.
What 3 things?
What
3?
You said holiday.
Oh, wait, go ahead. I said reasons why I think Christmas was actually caused by contact with aliens.
Right.
And then resolutions.
You said you were going to review the resolutions from last year.
Yeah.
And then you were going to talk about resolutions for this year.
Yeah, but that's a different thing.
Right. There are 3 things.
Okay. So, anyway.
I know how to count.
Okay, so that's the preview. I wanted to give a preview. Okay, just so people know what we're going to be talking about. All right, so we were preparing for this play. You mentioned we did this. We had to get the kids to this hot chocolate run for this safe passage in Northampton, Massachusetts. Right, that's a group that, like you said, tries to stop domestic violence. That's a pretty good cause.
Mm-hmm.
I like that hot chocolate run, except for this year it was raining.
Yeah.
The entire time.
What do you want me to do? You want me to talk about the rain?
Yeah. What did you think about the rain?
I didn't realize that there was more to say about the rain.
You didn't?
No.
All right.
Okay. It was raining. It was miserable weather.
Yeah, but people seem to still come to this
lots
race.
Of people there.
And they seem to be having a good time and enjoying the race.
I had a good time.
All right. Good. I'm glad you did. I was miserable.
You didn't have a good time?
No, I didn't enjoy it. I should have walked in it this year.
Well,
give me something to do.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
I just stood around there. All right. So the other thing that happened in terms of holidays was Hanukkah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We celebrate Hanukkah, right? In addition to sort of observing Christmas, although not really.
We didn't really.
No. What did you think about this year's Hanukkah celebration?
It was nice. It was very busy because Ted was in this play, so there was lots of rehearsals. There was lots of things we had to do.
Yeah.
But we did go to a Hanukkah party at the synagogue. That was fun.
Did you get your fill of latkes?
We made latkes once.
Yeah.
They came out good.
Right, but we ate them at this Hanukkah party we went to.
No, but yes, but we also made them here at the house.
Yeah, but that's not what I asked you. I just asked you if you got your fill of latkes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, we had latkes, we lit the menorah, we gave out presents, we received presents.
Right.
And then it was over.
Yeah. How did you feel you did on the receiving presents end of things?
What, you mean what did I get? Or did I like what I got?
Well, I'm just asking a question. How do you feel you did on the receiving of presents?
I think I did well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
What did I get? I got some books and some earrings and a Max Crisp Technology air fryer.
A Ninja air fryer.
And a Dutch oven.
Oh, a Dutch oven.
Mm-hmm.
We've used that twice now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't get the Le Creuset. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I say La Creuset. I know people who speak French will be angry at me for saying it that way, but I don't speak French, so that's how I say it. But I got the Amazon version, right? And so I know people are going to be mad at me for buying Amazon. People hate Amazon. I don't like Amazon as a company, honestly, but I buy stuff from there almost every day because it's so convenient.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we've cooked 2 meals in this Dutch oven. It's been pretty good. Mm-hmm. I like it. I got you a green one. I didn't get the color I wanted because it was purple, because it was a present for you. I got you a color I thought you would like. Green.
You should have got a color that matches our kitchen decor.
Well, I thought you would like green, so that's what I got. I do like green.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, and then you've been asking for an air fryer forever, and I've sort of been like, oh, not another fucking appliance. Right, that's never going to get used, and it's still sitting in a box on the floor.
Well, I've only had it for like a week.
All right, well, I look forward to seeing what you'll do with this air fryer. The other thing we got, sort of bought for everybody this year, was I did upgrade our TV. Mm-hmm. We have an almost 10-year-old TV, and the new TVs out there are amazing and very cheap. So I decided to get a new one and a new sound system, which is way better than the old one we have. So we've been enjoying that, right? Mm-hmm. So that's been good. But it was a pretty successful Hanukkah.
What'd you get for Hanukkah? How'd you do on the receiving end of your Hanukkah?
What did I get? I was secretly afraid you were going to ask me that question. All right, let me see if I can remember. I won't remember every day. Everything that you got me every day. You got me a hat. What's so funny? I've been wearing that hat. Mm-hmm, you have. I like the hat. Got me a hat. You didn't get me any books. Did you get me, you got me a hat. You didn't get me socks.
I did get you socks and pajama pants.
You got me socks?
I got everybody socks.
What socks did you get me?
Hanukkah socks.
Oh, right, you did. Okay, that's why I said that. Okay, you got me Hanukkah socks. You got me some fuzzy pants with some kind of snow monster on it.
What? Some kind of snow monster?
What?
It's the Bumble.
Oh, it is? I thought it was just a Yeti. It's the Bumble?
Didn't we get you Bumble pants?
All right, let me give you this.
You're kidding right now, right?
So you got me Bumble pajamas. Let's see, you got me... I'm trying to think.
AirPods.
Oh, right. Yeah, AirPods.
Massage gift certificate.
Yeah, I did pretty good this year.
I can't believe you don't remember the things I got you.
I just did.
I'm not going to buy you anything next year. Forget it.
Is that the point of buying me gifts? Is that I won't
no, but
be able to...
you should be able to recall what it is that I gave you.
I'll be able to remember them on a podcast? Well, I'm sorry.
I got you a Bono and a Snoop Dogg Funko.
Yeah, we got to talk about these pop Funkos. There's too many in this house.
I got you Sasquatch alien-related paraphernalia.
Sasquatch alien paraphernalia?
Yeah, those glasses that are right there.
Oh, cups, yeah.
They're glasses.
Yeah, like drinking glasses.
Yeah, like pint glasses.
Not like spectacles.
And an ornament, and I got you all those candles.
Oh, thank you, yeah. I'm really, truly appreciative. My short-term memory is shot. It's all the melatonin I've been taking at night. Has blasted my short-term memory. I think I need to stop taking melatonin. Anyways, I think it was a pretty good Hanukkah, right? You seem upset. Are you truly upset?
It's like, this is why I don't like holidays. People put a lot of thought and effort into purchasing things, and then you can't even recall what it is that was purchased for you.
I didn't. Okay, I want you to tell me every single item I got you.
Okay.
First night onward.
First night, there was, what was the first night? There were Paul Frank pants. They were...
out of order.
It doesn't matter what order they all came in. There were Paul Frank pants. I got 2 books. 2 pairs of earrings. I got the air fryer. How many is that? Two books. No, there were 3 books. No, 2 books. 2 books, 2 pairs of earrings.
You know,
the pants, the air fryer. That's 6.
This is why I shouldn't do holidays, because you put so much thought into it and people can't remember. You can't remember either.
I can.
No, you can only remember 6 things.
There are 2 more.
What are they?
I'm going to remember them. Stop making the chirping sounds.
All right, can we move on? Have I proved my point? You're just as bad as me.
No, I remembered 6. Hold on. What else did you got me? Let's see if you can remember.
It doesn't matter. It's the thought that counts. This is the point.
Wait, let me see if you can remember the other 2 things. The Dutch oven, which we already talked about. That's 7. I feel like there was another book. There must have been 3 books.
No, the air fryer. We talked about that too.
I said the air fryer.
I don't know. I honestly can't remember. I think it was something else big. I can't remember.
It was nothing else big.
Yeah. All right, can we move on from this and talk about something fun? So the thing I want to talk about...
I'm going to talk about something.
Yeah, the thing I want to talk about with you is we have some friends who graciously invited us to a cocktail party at their house. Mm-hmm. And you bought this really spectacularly flashy jacket. Mm-hmm. It was like gold, right? And it was all sparkly. It was amazing. And you were like, you said to me, so it's been requested that we dress up for this cocktail party. And you know me, I do not like to dress up at all, right? And so you told me this, and I immediately descended into a funk.
Yeah, I know.
And you
like to pretend that you were not in a funk.
And you got really mean to me. You were like, you're walking around here like a ghost, and you are just pouting.
Is this your therapy?
And you're like, we're going to this party, and you're going to dress up. You're like, you're my accessory, and I'm wearing this jacket, and I need you to look nice, and you have to put on a suit and a tie and a jacket, and we've been asked to dress up. And I was like, okay, fine. I finally caved in and conceded. I'll put on the goddamn suit. And I did. I found a tie I thought complimented your nice jacket. And, one of the other things you told me, you reassured me, everybody else will be dressing up for this cocktail party because it's a requirement. So we get there. I show up. I'm the only dope in a suit. The only one. Everyone else is wearing jeans, t-shirts, sweatshirts, and I'm sitting there like a dope in a suit.
Can I just say something?
Please, go on.
I think once in a blue moon,
yes,
it's nice to get dressed up, not for the person whose party you're going to, but for me.
Well, I feel you tricked me.
I didn't trick you.
You did.
I was dressed up, and I didn't tell you what to wear. I said, I demanded that you find an outfit that complimented what I was wearing, and that you would not come in your jeans and your t-shirt. And I think that was fair, and I think that.
But that's not where you
nice.
That's not where you started. You started with it's a requirement to be dressed up.
Yeah. Well, the hostess.
Yes.
Wanted everyone to dress up. It's not. I can't force anybody else to get dressed up.
Fine. So we get there to this party. You're receiving raves for your sparkly jacket.
And you received raves.
And people were nice to me. But I feel like a lot of people are looking at me like, why is this guy wearing a suit? And so we get there, and, I said to the hostess's husband, I was like, look, you got to go put on a suit. I cannot be the only person here wearing a suit. Please, I'm begging you, go put on a suit. And so he's like, okay, I'll go do it. and he ran off somewhere into the recesses of their home and emerged wearing a suit. So thankfully, I wasn't the only person wearing a suit at the end of the day, at the end of the evening.
You looked fairly nice.
Well, be that as it may, it was a lovely cocktail party. I had a lot of fun, despite having to leave in the middle of it to go get this Ted of ours, this son of ours, and pick him up from this play. Mm-hmm. That play has been interrupting everything. Anyways, so that was the cocktail party fiasco.
It wasn't a fiasco.
Well, everything leading up to it was a fiasco. You tricking me.
I didn't trick you.
Into wearing a suit.
Again, I did not trick. I demanded.
Well, apparently I'm just some sort of mannequin. Mannequin 2. Did they make that yet?
Yeah.
All right, if they make Mannequin 3, I'm going to audition. And I'm going to come in and tell this story of how I was forced to wear a suit.
I think once in a blue moon you can wear a nice outfit. You never want to dress up when we go to dinner.
You don't either.
I always want to, and sometimes I do, and you don't get dressed, and you say, oh, I'm not going to dress up. And I say, fine, whatever. Sometimes it's nice to dress up for each other. Okay.
I don't disagree, but...
how many times do you dress up for me?
I just did.
Because I yelled at you. Literally yelled at you.
I know. I got scared when you yelled at me. I saw a flash of something in your eyes that I don't usually see.
I was really mad.
I know. Straightened me right out. You notice that?
I was very mad.
I know you were. It straightened me right out. I got that suit on. I ran upstairs. I put that suit on.
You didn't exactly run upstairs.
And I came springing out of our bedroom.
There was a little bit more sulking happening downstairs.
I came springing out of our bedroom. I said, look at me. I'm wearing a suit.
No.
And I even got a long wool jacket. Did you notice that? To complete the ensemble that I had put on.
Sometimes it's nice to just get fancy.
Yeah, but I don't think I could really look fancy with this long hair and beard of mine. Do you know, it's like literally like putting a suit on a pig.
Stop.
Right?
I don't know why you do that.
Well, people don't see, this is the problem, being a man in contemporary society, right? Anyone with a man with very long hair like mine is now, it's down to my, past my shoulders now, down in the middle of my back. And a long beard is looked at like some kind of scoundrel. That's just what people see, right? Then add these tattoos that I have. I mean, I'm working against some pretty stiff but unfair cultural norms here. Do you know what I mean? Just because I have long hair and a beard. So there's not much I can do. I mean, like I said, you can put a tuxedo on a pig, and nobody's going to be like, "Hey, look at how awesome that pig looks." They're going to be like, "Oh, what is that pig doing wearing a tuxedo?"
Nobody looks at Jason Momoa and thinks he's a scoundrel.
Okay, but he's also Jason Momoa.
Okay.
He's got
long hair and a beard.
But he's got pectorals.
So does Chris Hemsworth sometimes.
Okay, but they have pectorals and abs, not tits and a belly.
Oh my God. For real?
Yeah.
They have tits and a belly too.
Are you saying I have tits and a belly? How dare you?
Just saying. You literally have.
I can't believe you just said I have tits and a belly.
You know what I'm saying. Everybody has the same parts.
You were supposed to say you have pectorals and abs, just like Momoa and Hemsworth.
All right, well, let's not go to Dreamland.
Dreamland? You bastard. All right. All right, so that was the first holiday fiasco. That one ended well. That one ended well. Mm-hmm. Now there's another one that happened that didn't end well that you got mad at me about too.
There was another fiasco.
Well, you went out to dinner with these girlfriends of yours, this group of girls that you hang out with. And it's like a annual holiday dinner. Mm-hmm. You went out to that, and then you came back, and you smelled literally like a gigantic 5'10" clove of garlic that had been fermenting in the sun for a year. You got within 5 feet of me. I have very sensitive olfactory nerves and glands, so I smell things. You got within 5 feet of me. I was like, oh my God, what did you eat? And I tried not to say anything. It was so strong and overwhelming. We went to bed, and you're laying there on me, like with your head on my shoulder, and I had my head off to the side, pointed away from you, and I was trying to get the fresh air. Like I was breathing deeply to try to get a stream of air in, fresh air. And then you burped. With your head on my shoulder, you like all of that fucking garlic came up out of your stomach. And I literally gagged and almost threw up in my mouth. And I was like, that's it. I can't stand this any longer. I was like, you stink. I don't know what you ate. I can't bear this. Get away from me. And I sent you off to the other side of the bed, and you got mad. You were so mad at me.
You're like a vampire.
You were like offended, though. Now, what is this dish you ate?
Again, we're going to have to talk about this for another 20 minutes.
I just want to know what the dish was. So
I told you. It was garlic on everything.
The dish was called garlic on everything.
There literally was garlic on everything.
Well, on the off chance, and I know they don't listen to this, but on the off chance that any of your friends listen to this episode, I need to know if any other spouses put up the fit that I put up with about this
put up a fit.
Smell of garlic. It was so strong. It was like oozing out of your skin.
Well, garlic does that, apparently.
Well, I don't smell after eating garlic.
Depends how much garlic you eat.
I don't think I smell bad ever, honestly.
You're funny.
Do I?
I don't know. Do I?
Yeah, after you eat a shit ton of garlic.
Do I smell bad otherwise?
After you go out all night and you eat dish after dish of garlic and you come home and you stink like garlic, yes. Do you smell otherwise? Well, when you sweat, you smell like grapefruits.
I don't know why you think that.
That's what you smell like to me when you sweat. You think it smells bad. You've said, you go, oh, I stink. I need to shower. But I just smell grapefruits and it doesn't bother me because I like grapefruits. So you're like a big grapefruit to me.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I wonder if I went blind.
If you could smell
If I would start seeing you as a talking grapefruit.
Oh my God.
Whenever you talked. Do you know what I mean? Mm-mm. Like, because I would just wonder that sometimes. Well, okay. Anyways, that was the second holiday fiasco, was the garlic incident. Mm-hmm. Right?
Sure. I didn't realize it was a fiasco.
I told you it was a fiasco, and we got into a little argument over it. You yelled at me.
All right, what else is a fiasco?
You did. You yelled at me. That's all I have.
Oh, okay.
The only other thing I wanted to touch on here was, even though we don't really observe Christmas, we've been listening to a lot of Christmas music. Space Unicorn, our daughter, really has been pushing it on me this year. And so I've just been driving around. Everywhere I go, I listen to this Christmas music.
Will you stop now that it's over?
Yeah, absolutely. Don't you think, though? Have you noticed that? We've been listening to a lot of Christmas music. How does that make you feel?
I don't care.
I thought you hated it.
I don't hate it. It's not my holiday.
Once you said you hated Christmas music.
I mean, I was subjected to it. I used to work in retail.
That's right. You didn't like it then.
I mean, like, dislike.
Some of the songs are really good.
All I Want for Christmas is good.
I really like that. I've listened to it now a couple of times, and I read the lyrics. That Santa baby. I like that because it's like about unabashed materialism.
That's why you like it.
Yeah. Santa baby. And that woman.
Who sings
I
it?
don't know. It's kind of hot though. Would it be weird if I told you I was sort of aroused when I was listening to that song?
Did you want to buy her things?
A little bit. She wanted a platinum mine, though, in the song. She asked for a platinum mine. Like, oh, I can't afford that. I don't have that. I don't have much.
Yeah.
But anyways...
But we don't know who sings it.
No, she's probably dead. Don't you think?
I mean, likely.
Isn't that an old song?
Yeah.
Santa baby, hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa baby.
No, enough. That's not erotic at all.
I'm not trying to be erotic.
You're trying to do something over there.
I'm just singing the song. That's how she sings it. Okay, so you didn't find that erotic, huh?
No.
All right, so I'm going to cross Santa Baby off of our sexual foreplay list.
Okay.
I will not sing that to you.
Sounds great.
Okay. You don't seem amused at Santa Baby.
I got you a skull planter.
This is why you're not engaged with me. You're still trying to prove a point by remembering what gifts you gave me. All right, you got one more to remember, okay? Here, I'll get this. Will make you feel better. You remembered 7 of the 8 gifts I gave you. Congratulations.
I got you extra gifts.
Are we done yet?
No.
Okay. Well, you sit there and you try to remember every single gift.
I think I told you
gave me.
everything I gave you.
All right. All right. So let's get to the first thing I wanted to talk about here. I've been doing research.
You're always doing research.
So I have a theory that Christmas, the Christmas legend, the Christmas story was not created by early Christians to wipe out the solstice.
No?
No, I don't think so. I believe that the Christmas story is a result of early contacts between human beings and aliens.
Alien Santa Clauses?
You're making a joke of this, but this is dead serious. I told you, I've been doing research. And I think the narrative of the birth of Jesus Christ is actually due to contact between human beings in the Middle East and extraterrestrials. And I'm going to tell you why now. Okay? You ready to hear?
Mm-hmm.
I've been researching this for weeks, and I wanted just to, because this is the holiday special, just touch on this, okay? So let's start with the Star of Bethlehem. You know what that is, right? That is the star that guided
Isn't it the North Star?
No, it's the star that led the Magi to the Jesus, right?
Okay.
Okay, that's what it is. Now, if you examine the historical record of UFOs, from this point forward, I'm going to call them UAP, because that's what we call them now. Unidentified anomalous phenomena, okay?
I thought it was aerial.
No, they changed it because they're observed in the oceans and in space, okay? And on land. The characteristics of the Star of Bethlehem, right? How it's described actually mirrors descriptions of UAP and UFOs over the last 80 years or so. So this sort of suggests that the Star of Bethlehem itself very well may have been a UFO or a UAP, okay?
Okay.
So that's the first piece of evidence in my hypothesis that the story of Jesus is due to contact with aliens. Okay?
Okay.
Star of Bethlehem.
Got it.
Check. Let's talk about the virgin birth. Okay? How is that possible? Now, there are lots of people who want to run around and say, oh, well, Mary was just sleeping around on Joseph, right? I don't believe that for a second. I actually believe that the virgin birth, in air quotes, was actually alien-generated genetic manipulation.
Okay.
Well, we all know that there wasn't artificial insemination like we have now, right? That's genetic manipulation. I believe that Mary Magdalene was artificially inseminated by aliens.
Okay.
You seem skeptical of all of this.
All right. What else do you have?
Well, I'm interested in your thoughts about that.
I have zero thoughts.
Why? This is groundbreaking. I am unveiling a hypothesis here that if the right people hear it, may shift the course of history.
Okay. What's the next thing on your list?
Okay? So virgin birth is due to artificial insemination by aliens.
Okay.
Okay? And I don't think the aliens fucked Mary. I don't think that's what happened. Just saying. I think the aliens have standards. Okay? Okay. In and around this story of the Jesus birth, right? We have visitations by angels. Okay? And I think it is a reasonable interpretation that instead of there being, angels from heaven, that these angels were actually extraterrestrials.
Okay.
Who came down in their crafts and communicated with the people at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the physical descriptions of these angels bear a striking resemblance to the physical descriptions of accounts of extraterrestrial encounters. Chew on that for a minute.
I've chewed. Okay, what next?
Why are you bored by this? It's pissing me off. I've spent a long time putting this together.
Okay.
Angels. Biblical angels are actually aliens! Why the fuck doesn't anyone care?
What's next?
All right. So, in the biblical narrative of Jesus' birth, and the events surrounding his birth, there are suggestions that time didn't function like it should have. And I really believe this is indicative of the sort of disruptions in time that people who experience alien abductions report. Right, so these time anomalies, right, are actually due to alien abductions.
What's the time anomaly here?
Okay, right now?
No, that you're referring to. I mean, like Jesus was born in the springtime?
I mean, you pick your time anomaly. The story's full of them, right? Okay. But that certainly could be an example.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Now, the gifts of the Magi, right? Reported to be gold, frankincense, and myrrh. What the fuck is myrrh? Now, these were incredibly extravagant gifts, right? And nobody quite understands how these supposed magi got them, but they might actually be kind of symbols and representations of gifts given by aliens.
Okay.
Okay.
That seems like a stretch, that one.
It's not a stretch.
Okay.
It's not a stretch at all. I think this is an important part of the hypothesis.
Okay.
So this is interesting too. In the biblical account of Jesus' birth, there are lots of reports of angels singing in the heavens, right?
Aliens.
And the sounds of harmonious frequencies, right?
Aliens.
And lights surrounded these angels. So one of the things we hear reported about UAP or UFOs, pick your term, is that they produce harmonious frequencies when people see them. So I'm just suggesting that perhaps this is just another piece of evidence here that aliens were involved here, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Another thing, when Jesus was born, there was reports of light phenomena, right? And energy occurring. And we might be able to interpret these as potentially being caused by extraterrestrials. Reports of UFOs, right, made by people who see them, usually include some kind of talk about luminous displays of light. And it's possibly even that Christmas star we talked about earlier itself just might be some form of illuminated alien technology. A craft, a sphere, an orb, something like that. Okay? You don't seem convinced. I really thought you would be convinced by all of this.
What else do you got? You got like 12 pages there.
So, the shepherds, you know the shepherds?
No.
Well, there was some shepherds who received divine communication about the birth of Jesus.
Aliens.
Right? And this sort of parallels what people who encounter extraterrestrials experience, which is telepathic communication. Often people who encounter aliens report that the aliens speak directly into their heads. Mm-hmm. They don't have mouths sometimes, and they transmit thoughts directly to them and communicate sort of these big important ideas to them, like, your people are destroying the planet. You shouldn't be using nuclear weapons, right? And maybe, maybe they were trying to do something with this whole divine birth Jesus thing. And so anyways, part of this was they communicated, telepathically into the brains of these shepherds. Okay? Anyways, I think it's a reasonable conclusion.
Is that it?
That these shepherds... No, fuck no. That's only 8.
How many do you have?
2 more. 2 more points to support my hypothesis about why the birth of Jesus is actually caused by aliens. Okay? Let's see. So there are many similarities between the Christmas story, right, and stories from other cultures about divine births, which include elements of these celestial phenomena, right, which sort of match up and line up to what people who report seeing UFOs now report. Go figure that out, right? And so maybe these aliens were flying all around, the planet back then, doing these divine births for some reason to try to inspire humanity and set up these stories for us to believe in, right? Now, why would they want to do that? Do you have any ideas?
No idea.
You seem so bored.
What else?
Like this is the last thing you expected to have to talk about in the holiday special.
What is the 10th thing?
Well, it's just what I said. the last point is sort of what I was jumping to in my expounding upon the parallel narratives element, right? That we see in other cultures around the planet, which is that maybe the aliens were trying to do something to impact human culture, right, over the millennia. Maybe they're trying to drive us towards something.
Our own destruction,
But
probably.
no. How cynical of you.
Sorry.
The way I see it is maybe they were creating these parallel myths across the planet to unite us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but because we're stupid fucking people, we didn't get the message, right? Anyway, so I'm just going to say I think there's a lot of evidence here that I've just presented to you.
Oh, you've won me over. Aliens it is.
I know you're laughing.
I'm not. Now I'm laughing.
But we've talked about this. I mean, I've showed it to you. I've sent you the articles from CNN.
I love you so much.
From other news sources where our government has admitted UFOs are real.
Okay, great.
You
know what else is real?
The government just passed a Defense Authorization Act that includes references to non-human intelligences visiting this planet. I know I sound nuts. And it doesn't help me.
You should talk to people who
it doesn't help me that
share the passion for this topic.
You're going to share it. I'm going to make you.
I do not care. I love you.
It doesn't help that we just watched this documentary last night for 3 hours. You kept me up till 2 a.m. about cults, and it included talks about aliens.
I love you.
Admit it.
Are you telling me that you're in a cult?
Was that a sex cult? Because I might go join it.
No.
Well, one of the women in it was kind of hot. All right.
I'm sorry, I don't share your enthusiasm.
Well, I don't know how we can. I don't know how. We're going to need to do some soul searching here. All right. Well, let's see. Did I cover everything? Okay. Yep. Those are the alien hypotheses. Okay. Bastard. I thought I was on to something.
Don't be mad at me.
All right. Okay, folks. Well, if anybody out there listening to this actually wants to talk about this with me, let me know. I want to do an alien-focused episode of the podcast. Okay? Please reach out to me. All right. Let's see. Let's transition into talking about the year changing. Okay, so we're going from 2023 to 2024, right?
Enjoy.
Oh, I'm fucking hot. I have to take off my shirt. Here, keep talking. Hold on.
No.
Yeah, hold on.
I don't know why you do that.
I'm just taking off my long sleeve shirt.
What does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
What? I'm hot. Hold on. Okay. Whew. Man, why is it so hot in here?
It's not.
Is my heating pad on?
Are you okay?
Huh?
Are you having a stroke? What is happening over there?
No, don't joke about strokes. It's not funny. Okay, you ready? All right, so we belong to Apple Music, right?
We absolutely belong to Apple Music. They own us.
You have a problem with the way I said that? Okay, so every year Apple tells you what your top music of the year was.
Right, it's just like the Spotify app that does the same thing.
Hold on. I'm drinking Christmas tea. Did you know that?
No.
You bought this shit from Marshall's for like $1.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Spiced Christmas Tea.
I got you 8 nights of Hanukkah tea. That was your last present.
Fuck, why did I talk about tea? You remembered all of them.
I did.
Oh, no. How many did I remember?
I don't know.
I think I remembered all of them. Okay.
No, you remembered like one. The hat.
Okay. I'm going to tell you what my top music of the year was, okay? I'm going to throw in a bonus. Number 11 down to number 1. Coming in at number 11, my top most listened to artist was Phoebe Bridgers.
Congratulations.
I like her. I like to listen to her in the shower.
Do you have my list also?
No, I don't have your list.
Well, maybe people don't care what kind of music you listen to.
Anyways, number 11, Phoebe Bridgers. Number 10, 9 Inch Nails.
I don't know how you got 9 Inch Nails on there.
You're not, see, you are just the worst kind of fanboy. You think you're the only one who likes something. I listen to 9 Inch Nails. I will sit here and listen to it.
What album?
Huh? The Future.
The what?
What's the Forgotten?
The Fragile?
The Fragile. That one. I love that one. And that other one, the Pretty Hate Machine. I like that one. But The Fragile is my favorite.
That's a good album.
Yeah. But you're not the only person who
I didn't
likes
say
9
I'm
Inch
the only
Nails.
person. I've never heard you. I've never walked in here or heard you listening to music and heard you listening to 9 Inch Nails.
Brace yourself. Tool. Tool was my number 9. Okay? You're not the only one who likes Tool. Number 8, John Coltrane. Number 7, Pink Floyd. Number 9.
You're going backwards.
What's after 7? What's before 7? 6? 6. Jenny Lewis. What's before 6? 5. Wutang Clan. 4. Peter Gabriel. 3. You want to guess who 3 was?
No.
Slim Shady. Eminem. 2. Roger Waters. Number 1. Taylor Swift. Right? That's my list.
Now I'm going to have to get mine.
What was yours?
I have to find it.
Can you find it?
I can find it.
Well, I understand. I think my number 3 and 2 are very controversial while you're looking that up.
What were your 3 and 2?
Eminem,
Roger Waters and
Eminem and Roger Waters. Eminem has been accused of being a violent, homophobic misogynist, right? And Roger Waters has been accused of being an anti-Semite.
Yeah.
Now, I don't believe either of those things are true. And it gets into this interesting question we've talked about before on the podcast. What do we make of controversial art and artists, right? So, for example, Eminem, I happen to believe, if you look at his entire body of work, right, from the Slim Shady LP to the Music to Be Murdered by B-Sides, which is his most recent album at the time of this recording, I believe that the person behind the character of Eminem, Marshall Mathers, is anything but a violent, homophobic misogynist. I don't want to say much more than that. I think if you take the body of work in its entirety, you cannot jump to that conclusion. Roger Waters, same thing. I think Roger Waters, as somebody who has been critical of the state of Israel and its policies over the years, right? But he is not an anti-Semite. I think he has made that very clear a number of times on the record. I think his music backs that up. Anyways, did you find it?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just trying to burn some time.
Oh.
I don't think anyone wants to hear me wax on about this.
All right. You read your top 11, but I have 15 here.
Just read 10. Come on.
I can do the 15.
All right, well,
People might care about my eclectic musical taste.
I'm sure they do. Go ahead.
All right. 15 was Major Lazer.
What?
14 was Tricky.
Lager Mazer.
13 was Madonna.
What's Lager Mazer?
12 was A Perfect Circle.
Can we go back for a second?
What?
What is Lager Major?
Major Laser.
Oh, Major Laser?
Yeah. All right. Now I'm on my 11th.
Or start again. Sorry.
Ugh,
I didn't understand Lager Major.
15.
Go ahead.
Major Laser.
Laser 15, Laser Major. Okay.
14 was Tricky.
Tricky.
13 is Madonna.
Madonna. Okay.
12 is A Perfect Circle.
Perfect. Okay.
11 is Radiohead.
Okay.
10th was Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin. Okay.
9 was...
I want to clarify, not Les Zeppelin.
No, Led Zeppelin.
Okay. Les Zeppelin is a
yes,
a band of lesbians who do covers of Led Zeppelin.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 9, Miley Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
8, Beyonce.
Okay.
7, Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
Enjoy the silence. Go ahead.
Number 6 is Diplo.
Diplo.
He's in Major Lazer.
Oh. Told you he got wrapped up in a scandal.
I don't know. I did
A
not.
sex
I really
scandal.
wish you had not
Sorry.
mentioned that to me.
Go ahead.
Number 5 is Jenny Lewis. Number 4 is Pussifer.
Okay.
Number 3 is Tool.
Okay.
Number 2 is Taylor Swift.
2, not number 1. Hold
Number-
on. Let me guess. I can't even imagine what number 1 is if it's not Taylor Swift. It's not Tool. It's not Pussifer. It has to be 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah, it's 9 Inch Nails.
Okay. So it had to be. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me give you one of these. Congratulations on all of that music you listen to. How do you feel about it?
I like my music.
Do you think your list says something about you?
No, it says what I like to listen to.
You don't think it says something about who you are as a person?
No.
Really? Okay.
What does it say about me?
I don't know.
I was talking to a friend recently about Beyonce.
Okay.
And, you know,
This is great. I don't have to talk for a minute. Go ahead.
a lot of Beyonce's music is very racy. Like very sexual.
Sexual?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was talking to this friend. She was like, I tried to listen to some Beyonce, but it was like too much for me. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, it's too much rap or whatever. I'm like, it's not rap.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a little raunchy.
Does she talk about like dripping?
She might talk a little bit about dripping and stuff like that.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. So like my current...
Does she use the word moist?
like my current favorite song
Yeah.
that I've been listening to is called Partition.
Partition?
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's about driver put up the partitions, please. Like, so that nobody's going to see Beyonce on her knees. Like, those are real lyrics.
Huh. Wow.
I don't know. It's like 45 minutes to get all dressed up. I don't think we're going to make it to this club.
I don't believe that for a second.
This is the song.
Yeah, I believe that's the song.
Yeah. So anyways.
I don't think Beyonce's up to that anymore.
Anyways. I mean, yeah, this was an album that came out a while ago. So, I don't know, we were talking about it. Like, I was telling her, my friend, about how this most current album of hers is like a pure dance album. It's almost like when Madonna did Vogue to like expose like that whole like genre of music and dancing that was happening in the like in New York City.
Get on your knees. Is it sexy when I say it? Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't know why this is how I feel when you talk about aliens, by the way.
Go ahead.
Except I don't sit there and interrupt you and make funny sounds.
Go ahead. Sorry. Say again. Sorry. Go back. I'll be quiet.
Anyways, my friend was like, I guess I'm just not like a sexual person. I was just like, and then we were talking about the difference between Taylor Swift and like Beyonce and how like, you know, there's a majority of whiteness at a Taylor Swift concert versus like a majority of black women at a Beyonce concert.
Okay. interesting conversations to
But
be
like,
had.
it was just interesting that my friend was like, yeah, I don't think I'm a sexual person. I was just like, all right, like, that's an interesting way to think about yourself.
Why? Because they don't get turned on by a Beyonce song?
No, like they were like, oh no, and like they don't think of them. Like, I feel like everyone's a sexual creature. Most
No.
people, unless they're like asexual.
There are asexual people.
Yes, there are asexual people, but
I'm going to buy a limousine and drive you around in it.
I don't even know why I tell you anything.
Why? What do you mean?
I don't know. I thought you would find this interesting.
I do. I mean, I find it interesting on multiple levels. I'm trying to be careful not to, in case your friend listens to this, say too much about their thoughts and feelings about not being a sexual person. I don't want to comment on that aspect of it. So I want to step around that.
That's fair.
And because I do recognize there are people who maybe are asexual, right? Or there are people who, are not asexual, but maybe wouldn't get aroused by song lyrics. Like, just because you don't get aroused by song lyrics doesn't mean you are asexual. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm not talking about getting aroused by the sexual content. What she was saying was she doesn't identify with the music because she doesn't think of herself as a sexual person. I was like, you don't need to think of yourself as a sexual person to enjoy the artistry behind what Beyonce is doing.
Yeah, well, Beyonce does other stuff.
Beyonce does other things.
She doesn't just sing about sex.
And then we were talking about the Lemonade album. I don't know. I personally find the newest, like her Renaissance album, Beyonce's most recent album, I find it fascinating because, like I said, like I learned a lot by watching the film, like how they really like went into like the current like dance and house and like music and the dance of
she's dark. Her music has a darkness to it.
Yeah.
Like her music feels sinister to me, which is why I like it.
Some of it's a little, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
There's a very, what would I compare it to? I don't know. It's just like sometimes the music itself it feels so sinister. It makes me uneasy and I like it.
Well, I mean, I feel like the purpose of music and artistry is like to get you to feel something, right?
But I'm wondering if that's what she's going for.
Oh, probably. I mean, she's a tremendous artist. Like, I don't just mean like her voice. I mean, like everything that she does, like the content, like the things that she produces, the way that like Taylor, like just like these big iconic like stars, like there's a reason that they are able to connect with so many people.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the reasons I love Eminem so much.
Right. He like puts on a performance.
Not only that, is that a lot of his music taps into the darkest recesses of our psyches, I think. Like, he has a whole album when he was coming out of
rehab,
almost dying from drug addiction. He wrote this entire album that's sort of framed from the perspective of a serial killer, right? And the lyrics and the beats are like so incredibly dark and twisted, like takes you to this place where you like begin to feel like a serial killer when you're listening to it. And
sorry, no, I'm gonna be worried about you sitting down here listening to.
And he puts on this, and he like transforms. So like, all right, I don't want to geek out too much about this, but there's the guy, right,
Mm-hmm.
Marshall Mathers, who's the artist,
right.
He sometimes represents himself in his songs. He's like raps as Marshall. Then there is Eminem, right? Who is like he's like the main, not breaking the fourth wall rapper, right? So like when Eminem breaks the fourth wall and he starts talking about his life, like that's Marshall. But then there's Eminem, right? Who will just rap about like whatever. And then there's the other character that he created, Slim Shady, who is just like raps about the most warped, despicable things you can think of, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they all kind of sort of have different characteristics to the way they rap and the stuff they talk about. And it's like endlessly fascinating. So anyways, on the album, that a lot of the songs, he's kind of like rapping in this fourth persona, like this serial killer persona. And like I was listening to some interviews where he was talking about this, where after he was done recording that album, he was like, I don't know what happened. I like felt possessed. I don't know why I was using that weird accent. Like, cause he uses this like incredibly weird, bizarre accent for the whole album. Right. And he was like, I think that was just me exercising that like part of me out of me. Like that part that almost died and was into, I don't know. It's just like when you begin examining it when you begin examining the art from those perspectives, it gets really interesting.
I know. That's why I like artists like Nine Inch Nails. Like,
right. And I would just say the last thing I'll say about Eminem, let me just say this, is that in all of recorded music history, he has the single highest word count, unique individual word count of any artist. So he uses more unique words than Bob Dylan, than other people we think of as high-minded, respectable artists, right? I'm putting those in air quotes. Right, so here's this rapper, right, who, like I said before, a lot of people think is just this like gutter artist who raps about, misogynistic things, violent things. But he uses, he has the single highest unique word count of any artist ever in history. Right? So like there's clearly something more going on there, right? Mm-hmm. Anyways, I'm using that as an example to back up your points.
Oh, thank you.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
I don't know.
Something about Nine Inch Nails.
No, I mean, it's the same thing. You listen to him talk about some of his albums. Like, there's a song on The Fragile that he can't play live because it takes him back to that dark place he was when he wrote it.
He's just being a pussy.
Oh, boy.
I'm just joking.
You can sit there and talk about Marshall Mathers, like
Eminem will not sing certain songs too now.
Addiction, but Trent Reznor is pretty serious.
Okay, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna come across the table at you.
I'm not.
You were like, oh boy.
Yes, that's really coming across the table.
But okay, rhetorically coming across the table at me. Anyway. But my point is,
we're talking about music and artistry and why people connect to certain types of music. And
right.
I think what that says about you is whether, it doesn't really say that you are the embodiment of the artist that you listen to. I think it's that you can appreciate what it is that they're doing.
I think so. Mm-hmm. I think we agree on something.
Oh my God. It only took us 20 minutes to get here.
Hour and 13.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay, so let's. Are we done with music?
I mean, I could talk about music all the time.
You could?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to start a music podcast?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'll help you. You do all the creative.
No.
Why? I'll do the technical and you do the creative.
Go on. What else
okay.
you got?
All right, resolutions. Let's make this quick.
Oh, boy.
Okay, I wanted to recap my 2023 New Year's resolutions. I went back and listened to the episode.
Okay.
And I'm going to judge myself on how well I met my resolutions.
Okay, go.
Okay, so if I met my resolution, you're going to hear this. If I failed, you're going to hear this.
Self-explanatory.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. In 2023, right, at the start of 2023, I resolved to give less fucks about things. Guess what? I failed. Not only did I not give less fucks, I gave more fucks. I somehow ended up in a black hole of giving fucks all year long.
Lovely.
And it fucked with my head. I felt like I've spent 2023 living in a ditch, drinking ditch water, getting giardia, and shitting my pants.
Lovely. Thank you.
I felt like a dog all of 2023, given the number of fucks I gave.
Okay.
That's all dogs do is give fucks. They love giving fucks, and that's all I did all year long was give fucks. Okay. I promised to tell people what I really think. Do you want to know what happened? Nope. Didn't meet that one either. I didn't tell a single person what I really thought of them.
Except for me.
I haven't even told you what I really thought of you either. Yep. No, you I feel I can be honest with. Mm-hmm. I do tell you what I really think. But what I meant was other people in my life. I was going to start telling them what I really thought. I didn't do any of that. Mm-hmm. I, like a dog, once again, I rolled over on my belly and begged to be scratched. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. And nobody even jerked me off. Okay. Let's see. I promised that I would keep running. Sorry, did you get that comment? I said nobody jerked me off. There's some weirdos who, when a dog rolls over onto its back and exposes itself, like to jerk dogs off.
Why are you explaining your jokes?
Because I feel like
is that on your resolution list?
Stop explaining jokes. Yeah. Oh, okay. No, it's not on my list. Okay. I promised I would keep running through the year.
Your doctor told you not to.
In fact, right after making this resolution, I threw out my back in a severe way that sidelined me for months. So I can't even run anymore. All I can do is speed walk now.
You're a great speed walker.
Anyways, so nope, I failed at that one too. And let's see, in 2023, I promised to do less podcast episodes in favor of doing other creative stuff.
Oh, this is a mixed bag.
I did less podcast episodes, but I didn't do any other creative stuff. So then this is that was both at one time.
Didn't do it.
Okay, so I'm going to say I failed at that one. Let's see. I said in 2023 I was going to get back to my goal weight.
That's awesome.
I did do that, thankfully. I'm a little above it right now due to this
Christmas
holiday eating. It's still 2023 actually, so I failed. I'm just failing everywhere. Let's see. I said I said I was going to spend less time on social media. I spent more because I discovered Reels on Instagram.
Oh my god.
Who's that wonderful girl? Could she be any cuter?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. You don't know what I mean?
No idea.
All right. Anyways, I failed. Let's see. I promised I was going to get us a new mattress.
We did go to the store.
Yep. I said I was going to plan my 50th birthday trip.
I did that for you.
You did it. I didn't do it. You did it. So, I said I was going to read more.
You're not reading more?
I'm reading less because I discovered Reels on Instagram and I'm addicted to those. I said I was going to finish my novel.
You did?
Yep. I failed at every one!
Oh my god, where did that just go?
It flew behind your head. Sorry. Anyways, I failed at every single resolution I made.
I'm so
every
sorry
one.
for you.
So you know what I'm resolving for in 2024?
No more resolutions.
No fucking resolutions ever again.
Awesome.
I'm just going to resign myself to failing all the time. No resolutions.
Sorry for you.
All right. Do you want to recap what we're watching on TV and at the movies?
Sure.
We end this on a positive note. Do you have any resolutions? Sorry, I'm being self-centered.
No.
Did you make any resolutions last year?
No.
Look at you.
Wait, you listened to the thing. Did I make any?
No, you didn't make any. You don't do that.
I don't do that.
Are you going to do any this year?
No.
Do you have anything you think about when you think about 2024?
I'm dreading it, but that's okay.
Why?
Because the election.
Oh, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, see?
All right.
You're not a nice person.
Vote Joe Biden. Okay. Let's see. All right. 2024 is going to be a shit show. That we agree on. All right. Let's see. I just saw a movie recently that I really liked. Godzilla -1.
Yeah, you went without me.
I went with our daughter.
I know you did.
Space Unicorn.
I didn't say you didn't go with somebody else. I said you didn't go with me.
And we had a rollicking good time.
You always have a rollicking good time with our daughter. Getting Starbucks.
Don't you fucking start on my Starbucks. I love Starbucks. I have a new favorite drink there. I gotta stop with this. This dragon drink. Have you ever heard of this? Mm-hmm. You know it? Have you had it? Do you like it?
I mean, I wouldn't get it on a regular basis.
Well, so it's this bright pink drink. That right there can't be good for you. It's like neon pink. And I, of course, get the biggest size, the venti, right? And then I ask for light ice. So they'll put more of the drink in there. But I don't think they do actually put more of the drink. I think they fill up the drink first and then they put the ice in. So I think you get the same amount of drink no matter what. But I asked them to put in 3 scoops of the dragon berries, the dragon fruits. 1 isn't enough. And then when you're done drinking it,
you get to eat the berries.
All the little berries mix in with the ice. And like I play a little game. Like I
which one's ice and which one's dragon berries?
I eat the ice and then I like to be surprised at how much berries versus ice I get in each bite. What do you think about that? Isn't that fun?
So fun.
I feel like you disapprove of my game.
Oh my God, you're so ridiculous.
Anyways, so that's what I do. I get these dragon drinks now. I love them. Maybe I should discover a new drink.
I have a gingerbread oat milk chai.
Too sweet. That's what you like?
No, I only had it once.
I don't like the too sweet drinks. That's the only thing.
You could put less shots in it.
Yeah, I do. I get I get no sugar or the lowest amount possible.
No syrup. Like they put like 4 syrup shots in it.
But that syrup is sugar.
It's syrupy sugar. So if you say I want 2 shots, not 4.
No. I can't do it.
Okay.
I have to have my drink. Dragon drink.
All right, dragon drink. Is that going to be your new nickname?
Yep, call me Dragon Drink. Okay. So anyways, yes, we did go to Starbucks when we saw Godzilla -1. It's true. Mm-hmm. But I really enjoyed Godzilla -1.
Great. You're going to talk about it because I didn't see it.
Well, one of the things I learned is that Japanese men from World War II cried a lot.
Why from World War II?
Well, this is when it takes place. And because they, first of all, they were at war, right? And kind of one of the things the movie explores, one of the things that makes this not just a Godzilla movie, okay, is they kind of get into what it must feel like when your own country values you so little that they expect you to die, right, in fighting the war, right? It's not you go off to war and do the best you can and try to make it back, right? That's sort of what we think of when we think about going to war as citizens of the United States, right? The goal is to come back, right? Well, this wasn't the case for many Japanese men. They set the expectation that if you came back alive, you were to be shunned and you were dishonorable and you should kill yourself.
That's lovely.
Right? And so that's one of the themes kind of that the movie grapples with, right? And I don't want to give away too much, but sort of the central character is kind of caught up in that particular dilemma, right? And it involves fighting Godzilla. Over time, he has multiple encounters with Godzilla. So, you know, where was I going with this?
Yeah,
so it's more
this?
it's more than just a monster movie.
Got it.
It is very
Go see
character
it.
driven.
It's good.
And it involves this particular Japanese guy crying a lot and emoting a lot. And all of the other Japanese men do the same thing too in the movie.
Okay.
And I don't see that as a sign of weakness, actually, right? Unlike me, I admire any man who can be emotive, right?
What else did you see?
That's the only movie I've seen. I don't know. We saw this other movie here at home the other night. I forget what it was called. The one with these robots.
The Creator?
The Creator. We saw The Creator. Did you like that?
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay. I didn't care for it.
You fell asleep.
Yep. It was corny.
Then we watched Fry Bread Face.
Oh, Fry Bread Face.
Fry Bread Face.
That was good.
I liked it.
It reminded me of the show Reservation Dogs, sort of, in that I think it was, I think, God, don't crucify me if I get this wrong. I think it was written by Native American / Indian person, and it deals kind of with modern people living on a reservation, right?
I think it was about culture.
Yeah. But you have this kid, right?
Yeah.
This kid, he's like 11, 12.
He's 11.
11, and his parents send him to go live with his grandmother in Arizona on a Navajo reservation. So it's about that, the culture shock of going to live with his grandmother who he cannot communicate with because she refused to learn English. He meets up with his cousin there, Fry Bread Face. Fry Bread Face is her name.
Yeah.
That they give her, and it's actually an affectionate name. And there's a bunch of cast of characters around these two. And I think there's also, the movie kind of deals with, too, this kid's emerging feelings of queerness. Mm-hmm. That was a theme in the movie, too. And I think being a Native American / Indian, and having to deal with that. There's some really interesting stuff going on in that movie.
I like that.
Yeah. I don't want to give any spoilers, but there was something going on with the uncle that I thought was very interesting. Like the uncle. So I'm going to give some spoilers for, was it My Summer with Fry Bread Face?
Who is Fry Bread Face and Me?
Okay, the movie is called Fry Bread Face and Me. So I'm going to give a minor spoiler for this. So here we go. The uncle is really mean to the main kid. What's his name? Do you remember?
Benny.
He's really mean to Benny. He seems to dislike Benny because Benny's very expressive and sort of is showing a flair for some theatricality and artsiness, right? He wears like, sometimes he wears like a skirt, paints his, lets his aunt paint his fingernails, puts on lipstick in one scene, and he's not like overtly sort of masculine. He's got very long hair.
That's part of the culture.
Well, it's not though, because if you look at all of his uncles, they are
short.
all dressed like cowboys, like from
That's because all
the
they
American
do is the
West.
rodeo.
It's deeper than that, Because the one uncle that I'm talking about that he has an antagonistic relationship with is not a professional rodeo rider. He's a wannabe. And in fact, when he tries to go and actually ride a bull, he gets fucked up beyond belief. He breaks his ribs, his face gets busted, he gets a concussion. He's like, gets seriously fucked up. He's like a poser. Right? And like the grandmother is talking to Benny and explaining to him about why he should grow his hair long, right? Because it's part of their cultural traditions of maintaining knowledge. She tells him, you accumulate knowledge in your hair. You accumulate strength in your hair. You should keep it long. That's what she tells him. Mm-hmm. Right? But all the men in his life around him all have like incredibly short cropped hair. Right? So anyways, there are strong vibes coming off of this uncle towards the kid that he hates him, right? Because he, at one point he calls him a faggot, right? Do you remember that? Right? The thing I thought was interesting, at the beginning of the movie, the uncle's like, see that shed over there? Stay out of there. That's for cowboys only, right? The uncle dresses like a cowboy. And when Benny goes into the shed, what does he see there? This beautifully carved, this stone carving of a head, right?
A bust.
Yeah, a bust that his uncle made of his grandfather, right? And so, like, clearly his uncle is this, like, incredibly talented artist, right? And has the ability to do this amazing artistic expression, but he's repressing it all, right? I don't know. Did you not pick up on that?
I did.
Yeah. So that was my, that's one of the things I pulled out of the movie.
I didn't think he hated Benny. He just didn't know him.
But my point is, he was transferring his feelings about himself.
Well, yeah. And then
onto Benny, who was unencumbered enough to be himself. Right?
Right.
And he was doing the thing that toxic men love to do to children who, when they're in the presence of and they feel insecure about themselves, right? They bully the kid. Mm-hmm. And they, transfer their feelings about themselves onto the target. Anyways, I'm not a psychologist. I don't fucking know. Okay.
Got it.
That's
you like the movie?
That's Fry Bed Frace and me. I loved it. Good pick.
We must have seen other things.
No, and you're like, can I just say something I admire about you?
What?
You're like, let's just watch this.
It's not that.
And it turns out to be wonderful. I loved it. Mm-hmm. And I sit there for fucking hour trying to pick something. I'm like, is this the right thing? Is it going to be good enough? Is it going to waste my time? How do I know if I like it? And somehow you have the confidence just to click the button and watch it. Mm-hmm. I can't do it. Very impressive. Okay, so those are the only movies we've seen. Let's see. We watched Upload Season 3 on Amazon Prime. That's a show about people getting uploaded into a virtual afterlife. I really liked it. I'm finding Upload Season 3 to be better. I'm finding Upload to get better as it goes along. I'm enjoying it more. I was kind of sad that Upload Season 3 was over. All right, last but not least, we're near the end of The Crown Season 6. And there's a lot of people out there saying they don't like The Crown Season 6. I fucking love it. I love everything related to the British monarchy. All of it. There was this episode where Tony Blair, the Prime Minister of England at the time that Diana died, he's trying to convince the Queen to modernize the monarchy, okay? To save money and kind of have a better image in the eyes of the public. Well, this Queen Elizabeth takes him seriously, and then she interviews everyone on her staff, And we get a whole episode basically of her going around and talking to all the people who work for her, right? So they have a master of swans, right? Like this guy who takes care of the fucking swans, right? And then they have the captain of cutlery in China, right? This old guy whose job it is to take care of all of the china. And, you know, you get like 2 minutes of him showing Queen Elizabeth how he folds all of the napkins by hand, and she's amazed. And then you have, what else was there?
They get the point.
There's like a whole bunch of these different things. But what I'm trying to tell you is she concludes basically, she goes back to Tony Blair and she's like, I think you're wrong. I think the people of what we have here is special, actually. And we have hundreds of years of tradition, and all of these people who work for me are the holders of that tradition. And the people look to us to find some magic in their lives. And these people are all part of keeping that magic alive. And I'm not getting rid of them. Fuck you, Tony Blair. Get the fuck out of my office. And she kicks him out, basically. And then the episode ends with she has a big smile on her face. This is for Queen Elizabeth. I love Queen Elizabeth.
Are you going to follow the monarch?
I would go work for her if she was still alive.
I was going to say.
I'd be the master of podcasts for her.
Master podcaster?
Something for her. I want to be something for Queen Elizabeth. I don't know. There are a lot of people who watch this show and they say they came out of this not liking her. I like her more. What do you think about that?
What do you like about her?
She reminds me of my grandmother a lot.
And no nonsense.
Just unflappable. You know, I don't know. Listen, I'm sure there are lots of people, if anyone actually listened to this, tell me all the reasons I should hate Queen Elizabeth, right? Colonialism, etc., etc. I get it. Okay. But there is something to the magic, right, of the traditions of the monarchy. The master of swans. Maybe the problem with the world now is we don't have more masters of swans. We have all of these swans out here floating around on lakes without masters, right? They're not being taken care of. There's not somebody watching out for these swans.
Sorry.
You don't seem impressed. Maybe that's the wrong thing to be latching onto in this show, that we need more people taking care of swans.
I think that the point they were trying to make was that the people that she ended up speaking with, like, to a normal human being, it seems like a waste of money and time to have these positions. But what she learned by talking to them was like how much pride they had in their jobs and how serious that they actually took those jobs.
Yeah.
That they were important, traditional,
yeah, absolutely,
cultural part of the whole thing.
I agree with you. Yeah. I love that take. That's true. All right.
See how I said that in like 30 seconds and less?
What? You're saying I talk too much?
You just like go on and on and on.
Okay, well, don't listen, okay? Get up and leave. I don't know what to tell you. I have things I need to get out. You know this about me. If I don't say them, they get bottled up in here, in my head.
Thank God you have this portal to transfer your thoughts onto recording forever and ever.
Let's go back to where we started. I don't think I'm going to have this much longer. It's almost over. I don't know how long we're going to do this for. Well, all right. Well, so let's drive us to the end here. This is the end of the 2023/2024 holiday special. That's it.
We haven't even gotten to 2024.
I did. We said no New Year's resolutions. Mm-hmm. This is going to be out. It's going to, we're putting this out in 2 days.
I see,
it's going to span.
Got it. 23 and 24.
That's it. So listen, listeners. We gave you an hour and 40-minute long podcast.
God, I knew you went on too long.
You're sitting over there sleeping. I'm going to throw a piece of paper at Stomping Jen to wake her up.
I knew it was too long.
So hopefully hopefully it was worth the wait. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know when we'll be back next, honestly. I have no fucking idea.
Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe I'll do an alien show.
Somebody else will do the alien show with you.
There's nobody. I have no one in my
That's
life.
not true.
You're it.
People you talk to about aliens.
There's nobody who will come and talk to me. I have no one. You're it. Isn't that sad?
That's not true.
Tell me one person I have, please. Who would come and do this?
Our brother-in-law has been on this with you. Don't
I have no one. Do you understand me? There's me. Without you, I would sit here alone in front of this podcasting board and would play this violin music.
All right.
And I would say to people, do you even listen to this? Who am I talking to? What should I talk about? I don't have my Stomping Jen to look at.
Oh my God.
To laugh at the things I say.
Are you done? Can we be done?
Okay, hold on. I don't know how to stop this.
You do know how to stop it.
All right, hold on. Okay, I think I do that. Okay, good. All right. Are we ending?
Yeah.
All right, so Stomping Jen.
Yeah.
And to all of our listeners, I want to wish you I hope the end of your 2023 was a good one. I hope it's shaping up to be the best year you ever had. I hope 2024 is even better. Although if 2023 is the best year you ever had, 2024 better be really good.
Seriously.
And there's a lot of stuff coming up in 2024 that's looking like this year might go in the shitter.
Yeah, let's not.
Right?
It's too late at night to talk about that.
All right, what time is it?
All right, time to go.
That's
10,
what
time to go.
Yeah, it's after 10 at night. Can we go watch
Shut
something?
Up. It's after 10 o'clock.
Yeah, can we go watch something?
Yes, please.
You kept me up till 2 a.m. last night watching this cult show.
I know.
All right. Listeners, as I was saying before Stomping Jen interrupted me, I was trying to end the show. I want to thank you all, okay? I want to just for a minute, can I just say to our listeners in Ukraine, I spent a bunch of advertising dollars there in Ukraine to reach you, and I'm so glad you're here with us, okay? I am really sorry that this Biden wasn't able to get you more money, right, to fight this Putin. So I've had enough of these dictators, right? Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe Putin will poison my Christmas tea. All right, I see you're getting frustrated. You want me to end, and I somehow am not able to end it. Why do you think that is?
All right, I'm going to go.
No, don't leave me, please. Sorry, Stomping Jen is taking off her headphones. She's standing up. Listeners, have a great 2024. I hope it gets off to a good start. Thank you for listening. Wait, you didn't say your thing. Say it. You have to say your thing.
Bye now.
No, you have a different thing that you say.
Different thing.
Bye now is mine. You say it's
now?
Spanish. Say it.
It's Spanish?
Yeah, say it.
Adios.
Okay, everyone, bye now. We love you, and we'll see you again when we see you. Take care, and bye now.
This world of ours, ever growing smaller, must avoid becoming a community of dreadful fear and hate. Those who have freedom will understand also its heavy responsibility. That all who are insensitive to the needs of others will learn charity, and that the sources, scourges of poverty, disease, and ignorance will be made disappear from the earth. and that in the goodness of time, all peoples will come to live together in a peace guaranteed by the binding force of mutual respect and love. I shall never cease to do what little I can to help the world advance along that road.